Welcome all, Raymond for Stream Gamers, here once again with our continuing series on how do we start this plane, or will it start? No. How do we start this? And what is this? This is a DHC-6-300 de Havilland. It's quite a neat plane, part of the standard package in 2024. So let's get started. It's a fairly simple aircraft to start once you know how to do it. We take some covers off as we always do. Pitot tube heats come off. When we open the door, the one thing that we discover that normally when you open the door, it immediately puts you into the aircraft. This one, however, does not. Once the door is open, put your cursor there where you can see the handle and the hand come up. Click on it. It'll put you in. Okay, first things first, we have to remove that lock. Now, ordinarily, we want to talk about fuel and all that kind of stuff. The fuel is turned on. The only thing we need to do is we need to go to the start panel, which is this panel right here. So we need to put on the battery, set this to manual. When you can hear that sound, or if you didn't, there is a sound that fires up. And you'll see that the Garmin displays are starting over or starting up. The next thing is this is the start or select switch. Okay. Now keep in mind we do need to put the fuel on, which is that one. So let's put that one on, and we move the starter switch to the start position. And you should hear the engine spinning up. Once the engine is started, just remove that sound a little bit so it's not so prevalent. Okay, so once the engine is started, we go up here to the overhead. We slide up over to the overhead. A couple things we want to do. We want to put the air bleed on, and so this air bleed is for putting air into the cabin, heating, cooling, and the like. And we use that coming from the engines. Okay, so we want to turn the right side generator on. Okay, we would ordinarily, put your don't smoke, fasten seatbelt, all these important lights on, but this isn't necessarily for that. So then our next step is we'll come back down here. There's nothing left to be done here. You note that the start switch has gone back to the center position, getting ready for the second engine to be started. So let's do that. And there she goes. And again, once that engine is started, you will see this switch click over to the other side. To do that momentarily. Oh, it has already done it. I guess the way I was viewing it, it had already done it. Okay, so that means it's been started. No, that does not mean it hasn't done it. And the reason for why it hasn't done it is because we did not put the fuel on. I forgot to put the fuel on. Okay, there. There. See, notice that the switch clicked over. So when you're looking at, let me recenter my view. So when you're looking at it from this way, it's hard to find the center of it to see that it isn't switched to the right side or to the left side. That's what gets me quite often. Okay, anyways, so it started. Let's go back up here, and we'll repeat the process. Bleed air, we'll turn that on. And we will also, let's center up our view again. We'll look at the overhead. And here we see the boost pumps and the prop. Okay, so the boost pumps, to fix that, you click on these switches right there. That removes the boost pump. And the prop, to repair that or to fix that, note that the prop the props are set to feather, right? So what it really wants us to do is to pull those props at a feather. So once again, now if we go down here and look, we note that that light is out. Okay, the final light, which is the pneumatic pressure, and that is these two bleed switches. So in order for them to produce enough air for that light to go off, you have to throttle up. Okay, so note that when we look here, we see that light is illuminated, but as soon as I push some throttle into it, it goes out. So that's why that is there. You have to put the throttle up on it. Again, I want to caution everybody that I'm not a pilot. I certainly don't fly this airplane because I'm not a pilot. This is how I've learned how to start this plane, and I just want to share that knowledge with the rest of you so that you have the ability to start this aircraft cold and dark, sitting here on the ramp, and take off with it and go through those types of procedures and so forth. One final thing, as we've done with all of these videos, is we've talked about these displays and how to go about putting in a flight in here. Okay, so one thing that you can do is you can presume we are at a given place and we want to fly to a given place. So in this case, I want to fly to Flamingo TNCB. How do I do that? Press the direct. Now, in principle, you're supposed to be able to click this and then type in TNCB. I say in principle you're supposed to be able to do this because I just did this a little while ago and I wasn't able to type in there, and now I am. So we've set that, right? We've put that into the waypoint. Now, how do we? You see, this is interesting because let's go and look at there. It actually just took a minute, but I can see the, or can I see it? Let me go back. It did not put it in. TC. This is the problem that I was having before. It's very hard to get your cursor onto that. TNCB. And that's because I had mistyped that before. Now when I hit activate, there's our flight plan. It's been activated. So again, it would be simple as your autopilot panel, which is down here, right? You'd want to hit nav to follow the magenta line. You'd want to use the climb or the descend, you know, or the vertical speed you want to use, and all of these buttons in here that we're very used to using. And so that concludes the startup of the de Havilland DHC-6-300. It's quite a nice plane. Check it out. Try to fly it around. It really flies quite nicely. It's very responsive, and it acts very responsive to the flight control surfaces. So enjoy the plane. Raymond for Stream Gamers. Appreciate the like, comments, subscriptions, and all that. You know that those that have been watching my videos know that I'm striving to get to 500 subscriptions. And we're doing it, and we're doing it one at a time, and that is perfectly fine with me. I just want to keep on keeping on. So if you find these videos helpful, insightful, please share them amongst your friends. Give me the like, give me a comment, give me a subscription, and we will get on to the next one. I'm not 100% sure what will be the next one, but I have a feeling, I'll keep you in suspenders a little bit, but I have a feeling it might be a little larger. Anyways, enough said of that. On to the next one. Raymond Stream Gamers. Don't sweat the little things. The little things will look after themselves. The big things, do what you can. Those that you can't do anything about them. Don't worry about them. And most importantly, be kind. Until the next one, bye-bye now.